The analysts of a well-known antivirus company established the world's damage by cyber crimes in the amount of $600 billion for 2017. In comparison with 2015, this figure has increased by about 35%, and meanwhile, experts do not predict a slowdown of hacker attacks. On the contrary, according to experts, the market of cyber criminal services will grow, presenting into the public realm ever more sophisticated methods of hacking. The last big attacks are WannaCry, NotPetya, when all data was encrypted on computer. Just imagine a commercial company that cannot access its data, its HR, finance, accounting. They cannot gain access to anything. For example, to internet banking, that is, they cannot get access to any information. Accordingly, in order to unlock the computer, they had to either send money to some specific address or completely reinstall the system. Currently, the motives for cybercrime are diverse, ranging from financial gain and reputation damage to political campaigning and espionage. According to statistics for 2017, 90% of all cyber attacks were non-targeted, when users are hacked in chaotic manner regardless of status or even country of residence. Another 9% of the attacks were targeted, that is, the actions of the attackers were planned and directed to a specific company. And about 1% is so-called cyber weapon, which is the most complex type of hacking, in which hackers sponsored by an individual state participate. Currently, cyber weapon is equated with destruction weapon. If 20 to 30 years ago the Republic's borders began with frontier guards, they defended the opening line of barrage. But now with some conflicts or wars, the first attack is informational. That is, the attack is directed on telecom operators, state websites, e-government, and we have to protect it. That is, now the opening line of barrage is in fact the information space of the country. Against the background of cyber attacks' growing number, information security has become one of the main components of the national security of any country, including Kazakhstan. In the country, increasing the level of information field protection is a priority task. And in Digital Kazakhstan State Program, it is designed as priority direction in the implementation of Digital Silk Road concept. State information protection is of such global importance because these are state secrets, national security information, some power structures, where their military information is stored, some secret objects on the territory of the Republic. State information protection is an initially important development for our state. Last year, at the initiative of the President of the Republic, Action Plan on Implementation of Cybersecurity concept was developed in Kazakhstan, which was called Cyber Shield of Kazakhstan. The state program implies a whole range of strategies, including changes in legislation and the opening of special departments to resolve issues of protecting the country's information assets. Last year, a huge number of changes in many types of laws were made regarding cybersecurity. That is, the state has created the first part, the first base of the Cyber Shields operation. Secondly, the relevant managing bodies are established. We have an authorized body in the field of information security. We have a council on cybersecurity issues. And National Institute on Cybersecurity Issues has been established. In Kazakhstan, there are various associations aimed at improving the information security of the Republic. According to industry participants, the more such structures operate on the territory of the country, the more developed the information security market is. We combine educational institutions and local producers into the association, which produce products regarding information security in order to support and develop our domestic market. Because today we want these products to be necessary for our country, rather than using imposed foreign technologies.
Те продукты, которые необходимы и требуются именно нашей стране сегодня, а не использовали как бы навязанные технологии зарубежные.
Since 2009, Kazakh Internet Association has been operating in the country. It is uniting over 40 legal entities that represent the information space of the Republic. We participate in relevant working groups and commissions, in particular in work of Commission on Inclusion of Trusted Equipment and Software in Register. Secondly, we provide consulting assistance, including free of charge and on a paid basis, in preparation of expert opinions and technical research. In Kazakhstan, there is also Analysis and Cyber Attacks Investigation Center. In the country, this is the only service to respond to computer incidents related to information security. We are developing our own software products. For example, a web totem, which ranked first among products for business several months ago in Singapore. This product monitors all Kaznet. That is, it is about 130,000 Kazakhstan sites, and we monitor them for threats. We're the first to receive information. We know which site is hacked, which infects users, which has fallen or has a problem. And we collect all this information and are exchanging information with the national sector, the Ministry of Defense and Space Industry, and the National Security Committee. One of the main services of the Analysis and Cyber Attacks Investigation Center is the so-called penetration testing or pen test. Its essence is to find weaknesses in companies using the tools used by attacking hackers. Black box, which is called pen test, is used when the customer gives you only the name of the company. He says that he wants us to check a bank, for example. And the auditors begin to collect information on the entire internet, do some sort of reconnaissance, find out who works there, what systems they have, and try to penetrate inside. They come to the bank branch as a client, they try to hack Wi-Fi system and distribute flash drives. Another type of center's activity is the so-called white audit. It is also a check of the company for the weak points availability, but already in customers' presence. In this analysis, employees of the Analysis and Cyber Attacks Investigation Center study the internal IT architecture of the company, and when they detect flaws, they eliminate them. Often stress tests are conducted for employees of certain companies and government agencies to ensure compliance with cyber hygiene. In national and state companies, it is necessary to conduct the so-called stress tests, because often hackers are aimed at accounting, because they are the most important data. Transactions and payments are conducted. There are employees at the age of 40 to 50, and it is necessary to conduct these activities exactly there, to train accountants, because they must comply with cyber hygiene. Because in our practice, there were many examples when the accountant's computer of some national company was hacked and the payments were replaced. And so hackers diverted money from the national company. However, such checks cannot be made without warning of the company's owner. After all, unauthorized access to systems, even with the best intentions, is considered a criminal offense in Kazakhstan. Because in such situations where suddenly everything happens, the work of any hacker can be explained. That is, if you found the hacker who hacked into, he can say that he just checked the system and did not destroy it. Therefore, clear concepts and limitations are necessary to understand who, how, and why works in this market. The training of qualified personnel who must monitor and build the architecture of the company's information security plays an important role in creation of Cyber Shield of Kazakhstan. To this end, some companies involved in this industry conduct training courses and internships. For example, the Analysis and Cyber Attacks Investigation Center regularly organizes DEFCON, or non-commercial meetings, where newcomer digital information protectors are told about various methods of hacking and how to prevent them. In addition, we're holding a conference, Kazakhstan. We invite top hackers from all over the world, top Russian hackers. They come from Europe, America, and tell about the latest trends. They inform how to crack the operating system, how to bypass the antivirus, how to use some kind of machine learning or artificial intelligence for hacking or protection of your system. At the conference, these world experts will tell students, officials, experts about new trends in information security, and all this will be in practice without any advertising. In order to provide the country with professionals, training programs are also being developed for educational institutions. For example, last year, the only one cyber polygon in Kazakhstan was open for students in one of the domestic universities. Its main goal is to train qualified specialists in the field of information security. Experts call this initiative as the first step in the development of a kind of cyber army, which will stand guard over data protection. The polygon is divided into two red and blue zones. In the red zone, they practice attack skills. In the blue zone, the skills of defense against attacks are developed. That is, they see in real time how the attack occurs, they examine signs that someone is attacking the system, and they are practicing the blocking skill. For example, subnets, in order to exclude those subnets from which the attack is performed, at least for a while, until it stops, in order to isolate them, etc. There are many companies operating in Kazakhstan today that provide information security for various organizations. They continuously monitor the efficiency of customers' systems, carry out pilot software implementation. In addition, they are also developing their own product for additional detection of malicious files on workstations. In our product, we use many antivirus engines. Roughly speaking, the organization has only one antivirus on the workstation. That is, it scans only by one or two singulators, with one core. Our product uses all possible types of antivirus engines. That is, there is a scan by 50 to 60 cores of antivirus programs. Last year, hackers stole more than $170 billion from almost a billion ordinary internet users from 20 countries, proving in practice that the victims are overconfident about information security issues. At the same time, victims of cyber criminals often have a poor understanding of the elementary foundations of the so-called cyber hygiene. In my opinion, this cyber hygiene should be studied back in school. That is, the residents of Kazakhstan should be explained such things that emails from unknown sources should not be opened. They cannot send SMSs to unknown numbers, because these can be paid SMSs. You should check the address you're visiting, because hackers replace the page, they make a site similar to the electronic government, Gmail, mail.ru, and when you visit it and enter your login and password, these data flow away to these hackers. All this needs to be taught at school. Students should learn about it. Protection of various devices connected to the internet, starting with computers, servers and vehicles, ending with portable electronics such as watches, glasses, bracelets, cardiac pacemakers also belong to the field of cybersecurity. However, special attention should be paid to the smartphone. Now there is a trend of attack on mobile devices, because you have a mobile device which is everything. It is correspondence, internet banking, and data of your cards. What do hackers do? Hackers are rather creative personalities. They try to implement their application on your device, that is, they create different applications as some popular games or applications. And when the user downloads it, he thinks it's a game. And there is a code that picks up data from internet banking, reads SMS and messengers.
Код, который забирает ваши данные с интернет-банкинга, читает ваши смс, читает ваши мессенджеры.
First, it is important to understand the own responsibility for digital assets. In other words, we need to be attentive to our gadgets and information stored on them. We need to install and update antivirus software in time. We need to use only licensed software and do not forget to update passwords regularly. After all, the leakage of personal information becomes the cause of extortion or so-called cyber blackmail. For those who became victims of internet criminals in Kazakhstan, there is a hotline in the Internet Association where any victim can contact. We are talking, discussing, figuring out and trying to understand how this all happened. We're trying to determine whether there are criminal offenses, if it is possible to solve it peacefully or without involvement of law enforcement agencies. Or if it is the subject of law enforcement operation, then we certainly transfer everything to the Prosecutor General's office, which must consider these things and pass them to the relevant departments. The higher the level of information security of the country, the higher its competitiveness in the international stage. Therefore, the implementation of strategies to ensure data protection identified in Digital Kazakhstan State Program and Cyber Shield of Kazakhstan concept will bring closer to the implementation of the main goal of this strategy for joining Kazakhstan in top 30 of the most developed countries in the world.